Hello, welcome back to my workshop. So to start off with, a quick follow-up on the M3D from the last video. I did say I would try and get Klipper working, and unfortunately I can't get Klipper working. I tried running with a new board and connecting up the motors, and whatever these stepper motors are, they work in a totally different way to the way new boards work. I hooked it up and nothing moved. Not even a unhappy jiggle, without reflashing the firmware on this board, which I don't want to do because it has daughter boards on there as well. So unfortunately, I will not be putting Klipper on the M3D Pro. Next is the Mechtrum, and we have a slightly new version. Let's zoom in on that. So this is something that I am going to continue working on, but it will be as and when. I will not be selling printed complete Mechtrums anymore. Once this design is finished, I'm going to make everything open source and release the files for free. This is called the Mechtrum DLX, and we're using the Wraith keycaps, which are for sale again on AliExpress. So I brought one, I redesigned the keyboard myself to add the spacebar and tweak the layout. So it's physically the same size as the original one, but the keyboard is now totally different. Here you can see one in pieces with the keyboard. So that's my own design now. We're not using the original one. I colour matched the keys with this nice Esun grey. I think it works particularly well and I really like how it looks. My idea is that you source the parts yourself now, but there will be links on PCBWay for the keyboard, PCB and the edge connectors that plug into the boards. This particular one is made to work with the new Spectrum. So as you can see just there, we have the Spectrum with the keyboard expansion, and I changed the position of the keyboard so that it's got both connectors on this side to fit in there. There were some issues with the old keycaps used on the ESP with the particular board that I don't want to go into, but it was enough to make me not want to buy those keycaps anymore. So now you can source whatever keycaps you want, but I'm designing the new ones to work with the Wraith keys. The biggest issue with the Wraith set is it doesn't have a 1U enter key, and adding the enter key that came with it was just too big. So I just use this random key with the rainbow on it, and everything fits together nicely. So I'm going to keep working on this, and like I said, files will be released for free and you'll be able to download them. It will still be non-commercial, so I'm not giving you a license to sell these. They're strictly for making them yourself. Next subject is this used Flashforge A5M that I brought from eBay for £155. It was sold without the build plate and without the hot end. So I did buy a new build plate and I brought a new hot end from Flashforge seller on Amazon. So that was another £55. So I'm still well below the price of the basic 5M, but this is the Pro. So let's get this plugged in and I will show you what I found. Beep, 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 beep. So I have turned off the initialization because it won't complete it. But you would think that it would complain that it doesn't have a hot end. You can hear that the fan has started up, and if we look at the control panel, you will see that it thinks that the hot end is currently 230 degrees, even though I've got it in my hand. So it doesn't matter if the hot end is in or not, it always reads 230 degrees. I tried to do the calibration, it thinks it heated up. It does the nozzle wipe and then it just sits there at 120 degrees waiting for it to drop down so that it can do the bed probe, and obviously it's always reading 230 degrees, so it never does the calibration. I've worked my way through all the leads, I've buzzed them back from the connector all the way up to the top to the tool head on the top, and we've got continuity. So this is the tool head board, and I think it's using CAN bus. We've got power, RX and TX. So when I turn this on, it lights up. It's obviously reading some kind of temperature for it to show 230 degrees. It then turns the hot end fan on, so the communication is working. I'm sure if I disconnected that cable, it would complain that this board is missing. But for whatever reason, when we are looking at these two pins just here, this is the heater, this is the NTC, this is the thermistor. It reads 102K with or without the hot end. I compared the pins on this, and the two pins on this are showing 120K, between 118 and 120K. And the nice people on the Nero Discord told me that that is about right for around about 20 degrees. I just think that this toolhead board is not working. And I did find one, we could buy one, but I've just brought a new toolhead. I tried to do a PID tune and it basically had a thermal runaway. If we look at these two nozzles, you'll see one of them has got all gunk that's come out. This one basically let the smoke out before I noticed it and turned it off. So I have no idea how hot this actually got, but no matter what, it just said 230 degrees. So now I'm just going to basically change the tool head for the new one that I got from Amazon, and fingers crossed that should just fix everything. And like I said, we're still within our price that is cheaper than the non-pro version.
One tool head swap later.
That fan better not come on. Yay! 19 degrees. I am reasonably happy that it was the toolhead board in the top. I will eventually get a replacement, but now we can run through the calibration and see if this actually prints.
Many layers later.
Alright, we have a successful print. I have to say, the auxiliary fan on the side of this is really, really loud. So I will definitely be looking to turn that off in the profile. The print quality is, I would say, acceptable, but it's clearly printing way too fast. First layer is very nice. We don't have any ringing, but yeah, it's not doing the overhangs particularly well. Our tolerances are good, so that fits in. So for a first print, that is okay, but I will definitely be doing some more calibration and making up my own profiles. So that's it for the moment. Happy that I've got this working. I'm going to continue working on the new Mechtrum version with the files for the SP spectrum, the Pico spectrum, and old spectrums, Harlequins, and obviously the spectrum, and release those files freely, and then put circuit boards up on PCBWay for you to download. So keep a lookout for those. I'll probably do a little video for that. That's it for the moment. We'll catch up when I'm back in the workshop doing something else that is interesting and I want to share. No more big projects, unfortunately. I just don't have the time. But we'll see you again soon. Bye.